What's going on, everyone? So today we're going to do a quick little overview on how to set up your APIs and services in Google's Cloud Console. So you have to go to console.cloud.google.com. Okay, it's going to bring you to this screen here. Obviously, I have a couple projects in here. I'm currently working in this project. But what you want to do is create a new project. It does give you your first project as a default, but new project, name it something you want. This is going to be school tutorial. Organization, don't need to put anything for that. It's not necessary. And go ahead and create your project. Okay. Once your project is created, go ahead and select that project. Now you see we're working in the school tutorial project. Now we're going to go to APIs and services. Now there's a couple things you're going to do in here. You're going to enable a few different APIs and you're going to create credentials. So as you can see, it comes with a set of already enabled APIs here. None of these you're really going to use right now. Maybe later as you get into automations a little bit more. So let's go to library. And for this particular email assistant workflow, we're going to enable Gmail, the Gmail API, right? We're going to enable that. Then we're going to go back to the library and we're going to do calendar. Okay. Oh, here we go. Google Calendar API. There it is. All right. Jeez. And then let's also go into Docs. Google Docs API. If you want to work with documents, you might as well enable that one as well. Also Sheets. And this is going to allow you to let your agents actually create, interact, and do documents, automated, read documents. So let's go. Let's see what we have in here now. All of our service details. Now we've got Gmail, Google Calendar, Google Docs, Google Drive, Google Sheets. Google Drive allows it to interact with your files within Google Drive. Google Docs and Google Sheets allow it to actually create files and read files and things of that nature. Okay, so I think that's it for now. So now that you have your APIs enabled, you're going to go to your credentials. Now we're going to create a credential. Okay, we go up here, create credential. We're going to create an OAuth client ID, right? This is going to allow you to log in to n8n and configure a credential within there that it can reuse. So you got to configure your consent screen, get started, application name, and I'm going to name this school tutorial. User support email. This is going to be my email here. Oh, sorry, external, my bad, because I'm not. You have to be Google Workspace member to be internal. If you're not a Google Workspace member, it's external. So contact information. Again, we're going to do the same email address. Agree, continue, create. Okay, sorry, that was a little clunky. I haven't done this in a while. Now, once you've set that up, you're going to create your OAuth client. Application type is going to be a web application. We're going to call this email assistant. I usually just name this n8n. n8n and I'll do school because I have a few of them from a web server. So you want to add your redirect URI, and that's going to be, if you go in here to your n8n instance, and I know I'm jumping ahead a little bit here. When you walk into this here, you go to setup credential, it's going to give you your OAuth redirect, and that's going to change based on your setup, whether you're on the cloud version, whether you're self-hosting it. So you got to add that as a redirect, because this is what's going to call your application. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and create our web application now. Now this I'm going to delete later. This is going to be your client ID and your client secret. So now what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to go into here to your Gmail account here. See, client ID, client secret. This is what you have to set up. So we're going to go back to here. We are going to copy and paste this client ID. Client secret. Again, I'm going to delete these. Don't save these anywhere in plain text, anything like that. Now, before you do this, you have to go do one more thing, right? You can also download the JSON file. I always recommend that and stash that somewhere encrypted, just in case. But the thing is, you can always go in and create a new OAuth client anytime you want. So it's not really that big of a deal if you lose your keys. All right, so once you're in here, before you connect that, you have to go over to data access. Let's see, add or remove scopes. So now here you have to add all of the scopes you want to find. I just put 100 on here, and I'll go down and I'll enable all of the Gmail. All right, so you want to look for your Gmail, your calendar, your sheets, your drive. I'll usually give it access to pretty much everything I need under that API. So these are all the scopes you grant it with. What else we want to enable in here? Not right now. So okay, I think that's it. So update that. We're going to save that. Verification center. Let's see here. Now there is, where is this client? Is this it? Test users. Okay, so audience test users. This is where you have to add the Gmail address that you'll be logging into. I'm going to use my normal one, as well as anyone that you want to be able to log into this needs to be in here for the OAuth to actually work. Okay, and I'll have to gray that out so I'm not getting a bunch of spam emails. All right, so that is set up now. We can go back in here. This should be ready to rock and roll. We should be able to sign in with Google here. Oh. Okay, there we go. All right, so it is working. You probably can't see that on my screen right now, but it did pop up the OAuth screen. It's going to ask you, it's going to warn you, and then it's going to ask you what you want to give it access to. Just select all, hit continue, and as you can see, now I'm successfully connected to this. So that's how you set up a Google credential, and I'll link the docs in here too. You can always add your redirect URI later. So as a prerequisite, if you're going to be working with n8n and services like it, orchestration layers, it's a good idea to learn how to do this if you are a Google user, which a lot of you are. So I hope that helps. If you're looking at working at n8n, and if you want to implement this email assistant that I'm going to be posting later, by all means, get this set up now. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I will help walk you guys through it. Thanks. Peace.